Hi everyone, my name is Kayana. My topic is phobias. So to start off with, almost all of us experience a fear in our life, whether it's being anxious before a speech or looking down from great heights. The thing is about those fears is that they're usually manageable and temporary feelings, where someone that's living with a phobia, it's persistent and consuming like anxiety. So the difference between a fear and a phobia is that a fear is temporary and a phobia is persistent, and it's an anxiety disorder. So what I'm going to tell you today is like the different types of phobias, the causes, and the treatment. So let's define it first. So a phobia is an overwhelming and unreasonable fear of an object or situation that possesses little real danger but provokes anxiety and avoidance. So here's some numbers. 15 to 20% of us experience specific phobias at least once in our lives in the U.S., and that's from fearofnet.com. I also did a survey, and 92% of you said that you have a phobia or fear. And then I also asked what was the phobia or the fear, and the most common answer was spiders. And in phobia terminology, that is arachnophobia. Okay, so before I go on to the different types that people possess, I have a quote from Augustine Burroughs, and he said it's salivary phobias. And he says this because like there's literally over 500 phobias out there, 530 documented to be exact. So now I'm going to tell you about the three types. There's specific, social, and agoraphobia. The specific is usually an object, so that could be like a dog flying or even a person. Where social is obviously a social situation, so that's usually a social anxiety disorder of some sort. And the last one, agoraphobia, is the fear of being in a place or a situation that you feel like you can't escape from, so it's perceived that you can't escape, and that could be this room for some people. Alright, so some phobias that people possess. Okay. So if I were to have one, if you can see, it's kind of hard with these lights, it would be claustrophobia, definitely. Do not like being in small places with a lot of people, or small places in general. When I was back home for the summer, my mom decided it would be a good idea to go to the farmer's market in Madison, Wisconsin. If you've been to Madison, Wisconsin, there's a ton of people there, so being in that crowded area with people hitting both my shoulders, that made me uncomfortable. I had to go down the street to a coffee shop and just hang out. So that's mine. Next one is what the one that most of you guys said is arachnophobia, and that's spiders. And the next one is snakes, and this is ophidiophobia. Go ahead. And the next one is acrophobia, and this is heights, and obviously most people would avoid tall buildings or working in tall buildings with this phobia. Cynophobia is dogs, and this is usually caused by a bad experience. This one. And trinophobia is injections, and these people would usually avoid medical treatment and doctors, obviously. So now I'm going to tell you about some unusual phobias that I found that were listed. Go ahead. Ludophobia is the fear of bathing and washing. People will literally not bathe for, like, I think there was a case where it was like over 40, 50 days or something like that. Yeah. And obviously that's not healthy. There's a lot of medical bad situations with that. Okay. Aerophobia, this is fear of drafts, air swallowing, and airborne noxious substances. I didn't think this was really weird. I mean, I feel like there's a lot of germs on planes, and maybe I have that phobia too, I don't know. But next one is my favorite. Go ahead. Genophobia is the fear of knees, and these people usually don't wear shorts in the summer. I don't know if this is just their knees or other people's knees. Okay, next one. Aeronausophobia, and this is the fear of vomiting. Next one. Anabophobia, and this is the fear of actually looking up to the sky. And lastly, insectophobia, and this is the fear of chopsticks.
Oh my God.
Okay, so like I said, 530 phobias that are documented. The causes now are it usually starts when you're 4 to 8 years old, and it's because of a traumatic event or like a bad situation. So obviously, if you were, say you were 5 and you got bit by a dog, now you're thinking all dogs are bad. It doesn't matter the size of the dog, you just have that fear. It also could be from a parent or a family member that has possessed that phobia already. So like for chopsticks, say your mom walks in a room and every time she sees chopsticks, she freaks out, screams, and runs out of the room. Well, you're going to see that and you're going to think, okay, chopsticks are bad, and then you're just going to develop that phobia. Okay, so now I'm going to tell you about the treatments. You're good. It depends on the severity of the phobia and their situation. Most people can avoid it. Like for my situation, I just had to go down the street and I was good. But in some cases, people can't avoid their phobia. So say you had a career in marketing and you had to travel, but you have a fear of flying. So obviously that person would need to seek help. Proper treatment can mostly cure all phobias, but no single treatment is for everybody. Most professionals may recommend behavioral therapy or medication or even both. So therapy is aimed to reduce the symptoms and fear and anxiety to help manage reactions. So to conclude, like you may or may not know your phobia. Perhaps you find some of these like ridiculous and unreasonable, but understand that these are actually real and tangible fears for people. If you or someone you know is dealing with a phobia that's affecting their life significantly, please seek proper treatment so they can overcome it and live a close to fearless life. Thank you.